is college a scam, or in terms of like a lost opportunity cost, or if you rather invest the money like
Yeah.
40,000 a year, if you rather invest it in with the added advantage of not being in debt.
Right. So I'm going to leave aside the debt question. That's a very personal question, but I have different views of, let's say, a liberal arts undergraduate degree versus an MBA. I don't think the objective of a liberal arts education is to train you for a single profession. I view the value of a liberal arts education as making you a well-rounded human being. And to that extent, I think it's a very worthwhile investment. The real world doesn't go away once you enter it, so I don't see any particular rush in jumping into income generation if you have the option of cultivating yourself through a good liberal arts program. I don't regret having gone to college at all, and I would recommend it to most people who can afford it or find a way to afford it, even if that puts them into debt for a limited period of time. When you start looking at professional programs like law school or MBAs, then I have a less favorable opinion, simply because they're so specific and they're inclined, or they're designed rather, to train you for a specific career path. And if you're not confident that that is your career path, I view it as a huge opportunity cost and financial burden. But if your goal is to reach the pinnacle of success in investment banking or management consulting, where an MBA is effectively a prerequisite to have certain job titles, then that is a good investment of your time, if that is your chosen path. But if you are going to, it requires being very honest with yourself about your motives. So if you're going to business school, as I would say at least half of the students do, because they want a 2-year vacation, an excuse to party and decompress that looks good on the resume, that's fine, but don't fool yourself into thinking that that's the best way to gain practical business experience, which it is not. I would much prefer to take someone who's interested in becoming a competent deal maker or business development icon and putting them into a startup of, let's say, 15 to 50 people in a position where they can work directly with the CEO or one of the top deal makers and negotiators in the company, like a VP of Biz Dev or a VP of Sales. Because an MBA also buffers your decision making from the consequences of the real world. So it's fantastic if you can sit down in a Harvard case study and determine what the best decision is for a company that you have no vested interest in. It's quite a different story when you're sitting across the table from someone who has 20 years more experience negotiating than you do, and you have millions of dollars at stake that will personally affect you and affect everyone in your company. Theoretically, you might understand what to do, but you need practice in the trenches to be able to respond properly in those circumstances, or you'll fuck it up.